Welcome back to the Hairdryer treatment with me, Casey. I'm in the studio with my lads again, as usual. And today we're going to do something different. Of course, the January transfer window is now open. And so each one of us are going to talk about one statement signing our club can make, along with another squad player who can come and improve the team in general. And of course, in the studio, we have Simon, the Arsenal fan. Kishan, of course, you know, the diehard United fan. Of course, I'm a United fan as well. And Liverpool Xiao, his name is self-explanatory. So,
So the basis of this video is to finding our next Bruno Fernandes for the coming season. Like, who can be the Bruno Fernandes for our respective teams in this season? And season has not gone to shit yet, but for some teams, they are finding it a bit difficult to find their form, i.e. Arsenal.
Yeah.
but here we are, to see what we can do, or how opinionated are we to improve our form and stuff like that. So, who wants to kick off?
I think we can start
things
off maybe with...
Arsenal. Yeah, let's start with
Arsenal.
Arsenal. I mean...
Okay, so yeah, go for it.
Statement signing. I think. I'm glad that we signed Partey over him first, because I think we needed to solidify our midfield first, defensively. But
it's injured.
But I think now we're too defensive, too sideways football, and we need more attacking. And I feel like Awa can balance it out well. So he's the statement.
Sorry. My bad.
Ozil, yeah. I don't know. I don't think he's ever going to play again, sadly, for Arsenal, at least.
Very sadly. He's one of your favourite players.
Wait, then
He's
is Arsenal willing to keep paying him 350K
I feel like
a week
I feel
for
like
the next 6 months?
I feel like Mesut Ozil could warrant a video of his own. So I get why Arsenal would want Awa.
Yeah.
If that's how I pronounce his name,
Awa.
Hussein Awa. He's sought after, of course, I think by a lot of European top clubs. I think Real Madrid at one point was in for him as well. I saw him play in the Champions. I wouldn't lie and say I'm an expert on him or whatever, but I have seen his Champions League games, one or two of his Champions League games. I think last season, and he was excellent. He was one of the best players in Lyon, and we know Lyon pushed quite far in the Champions League as well. So I think he's definitely one of the players Arsenal need. He would be an upgrade on Emil Smith-Rowe.
Yeah, he's just... Emil Smith-Rowe
is a youngster.
He's still a youngster.
Can't put too much pressure on him.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's a good signing. It would be a good signing.
It's a sound signing. I mean, 50 million euros for a January transfer window. I think that's not bad. And he can play two positions, on the left flank and what I say, cam.
Yeah.
But who would you want to, how I say?
Squad player, is it?
No, not squad player, but who would you want to remove out of that current lineup just to fit him in?
I feel like he can partner with Partey, so maybe Elneny, Ceballos, all of those those kind of players.
I think it's Ceballos.
Ceballos, yeah.
Ceballos, they are creative.
Yeah, I'm not really convinced on Ceballos, to be honest. Some Arsenal fans hype him up, but I'm not on him.
You don't see it?
Yeah.
I mean, there are days where he actually turns up and then he changes the game around, but consistently he's quite poor.
Yeah. Not for me.
Okay.
Fair enough. I mean, so you want to go with the squad player, or do you have anything to say about?
Okay, but before we move on to the second signing that you want to make, let's go a bit on Ozil again, because I find it a bit ridiculous for you to pay someone to not play a game.
Exactly.
And he's the highest paid player, right? In Arsenal, 350K a week.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't have to play gaming week in, week out, but he can come in, games where teams are going to sit back and stuff like that. He can just come in. He's basically our one Mata. He'll pick the lock. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a footballing reason, honestly.
It's definitely not footballing reasons, but
it's heavily political. I think
you are willing to sacrifice 55 staff and your mascot and
Gunosaurus.
just to not play him.
But Gunosaurus is back, right?
It's because Ozil's paying him.
Ozil's. Oh my God, it's just very embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing on the club front.
Outside.
The values that we held are just long gone.
with Arsene
With
Wenger.
Wenger, yeah.
Wenger left with his values.
Okay, but now I want to add on. If this signing were to happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, where do you see you guys? Like, in terms of like league progression, cup competition. Like, I think you guys are still in Europa League.
Yeah.
FA Cup has just yet to start. Where do you think you guys can finish?
I feel like the Champions League sport is a bit too hard now. I feel like we'll probably just push as far as we can, probably 5th, 6th, like that. And Europa League, a lot of strong teams are in the Europa League now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be hard again. I feel like we have like a decent, like 6, 7 out of 10 kind of season. Maybe 1 trophy, the FA Cup, forever Arsenal Cup.
I mean,
Yes, that's forever Arsenal Cup. Makes sense.
it's
Emirates
sponsored
FA
by
Cup.
It's sponsored by
Emirates.
Emirates. It all makes sense.
I think it's all
It's only right.
written down. You know? It's all
Emirates for
scripted.
Arsenal.
Okay.
Emirates Arsenal.
Then let's move on quickly to your squad signing. The
Yeah.
player that can come in and plug the holes.
I'm probably going to butcher his name, but the Bondea from Norwich.
Emiliano Buendia
Buendia.
from Norwich. Yeah.
Buendia.
Bondea.
Buendia. Buendia.
We're not gonna waste time on pronunciation.
I'll try to learn his name when they announce his transfer, hopefully.
Emiliano.
I think he's quite decent though.
Yeah.
16 million euro.
And he's performing well in the championship this season, like 6 goals, 6 assists, I think. Which is
I
like,
mean, in the Premier League as well.
yeah.
Last season as well, he was one of Norwich
Strong
better
points,
players.
yeah.
6 goals, 7
Creative
assists.
spark.
Yeah. Right now we just need a creative spark to, like the Bruno Fernandes kind of signing, exactly.
But he won't be there.
Yeah, of course not, but hopefully. But yeah, we just need someone to push us and
Cocky.
inspire us.
But question,
No, but he really won't
you
be
have
lah.
named
Yeah, of
2
course.
We've seen him in the
signings
Premier
that
League.
are attacking signings.
Bruno.
Don't you see like your backline's a bit of a mess at the moment?
But the thing is, we have too many centre backs, and we're trying to
Too many shit centre backs.
Yes, that's the key point.
Keyword there.
And I think Arteta said like offloading players now is the priority. So I think
Kolasinac recently
Yeah,
went on loan,
just
which
went
was
on loan.
today.
and I think Socrates
Like,
also
few hours ago, maybe.
few hours
going to Fenerbahce, I think.
Socrates went to Fenerbahce. I mean, the thing is, you can have so many centre backs, right? But no matter how many times you play that shit centre back, your result is going to be same.
Yeah.
Like, you need proper centre backs to come in and like change the game. and stuff
I
like
feel
that.
like that's more summer kind of signing. I don't think we can. There's like any elite or like the standard that we need kind of centre back that's available right now. Who'll be willing to leave and
Rudiger.
join Arsenal right now.
Rudiger.
Really good.
That's just screams another David Luiz to me. I mean, it
Another
literally is
Chelsea-
again from Chelsea.
another Chelsea signing, no
Another
thanks.
centre back. Another guy who doesn't want to be there. Another
Chelsea
guy who's-
rejects.
Chelsea reject.
Another guy who's like just very here and there.
Yeah.
You know, Arsenal have signed way too many here and there players, in my opinion, the last few summers. People like David Luiz,
Petr
people
Cech.
like Ceballos,
Willian.
Petr Cech.
Oh,
Not even
God.
from Chelsea.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, they signed like has-beens. People are like, they were class at one
Or
point,
the
but
wrong profile. I feel like
yeah.
Xhaka.
You should be looking at players like one of the things that I feel Arsenal could take a page out of United's book. I know it's funny to say that, but is the fact that United are now. You look at the way they are targeting players now. It's all youngsters, all talent, but not proven.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're building for the future now, which I'm okay with. But obviously, there has to be a healthy blend. Always, like there has to be a healthy blend of experience and youth. And I feel like the youngsters in our club, like Rashford and even Martial and all these guys, they are slowly becoming the experienced states in the club. So we can proceed to get in more young players.
Yeah.
So I think Arsenal need to do that. They need to bring in younger players, on the rise players. I think the Awa guy is 25.
No, I think he's a lot younger.
No, 22.
22.
So
22.
one
Yeah,
year
it's
is
like
25
player
this year.
Players like that,
Yeah.
Arsenal could really do it. So yeah. I think
To wrap
that's-
it up, if you were to bring in both signings, that will be a total of like 66 million, which is a decent
Yeah.
January transfer window for you guys.
Yeah. So I think but I feel like the priority is to unload the players because too many wages being eaten up. I think we're one of the highest wage bills. So and the position.
guy.
One guy.
One guy, yeah.
One guy is destroying the wage structure at the
At least
club.
they just play, man.
Exactly, yeah.
Or let him go. Or just let him go.
I don't think he wants. I think he wants to ride his contract out at least. I don't
mean,
blame him.
Why
lah.
wouldn't he, right?
Yeah,
why
London,
wouldn't
250k.
he? Shall we jump ahead to?
You wanna?
Okay, maybe I can go first.
Sure.
I guess.
One United perspective.
Obviously, from a United fan, two United fans here. So I think we are both going for two different sets of players.
Yeah, two different set of players.
So my first player that I would sign in the January transfer window. I think it's bordering on unrealistic, but at the same time, on the other side as well, you could say it's a bit reasonable. And the player probably wants to move as well would be Jack Grealish. I think it's no secret. I think many times on this show I've mentioned that Jack Grealish is currently one of my favorite players who's not playing for United. It's very simple. I think I don't even have to go into my reasons why you would want a Jack Grealish. I think a lot of clubs in the world could use a Jack Grealish now. They would use a Jack Grealish now.
Chelsea.
Yeah, please. If he goes there, it's such a waste, man.
If he goes there, it's done.
If they haven't had signed Havertz and Werner, right? Grealish would have done perfectly for them.
He would have done way better than what Havertz is doing now.
Yeah.
So that's like a whole other topic. But like for me, Jack Grealish would, without a doubt, improve our left-hand side at Manchester United. Because right now it's a rotation between Rashford and Martial, and both of them are primarily strikers. And I feel like Rashford can do a better job on the right. And if there's this argument at United that United is a one-player team, which is fair enough. Because if you take Fernandes out of the team, you drop the team's quality by 50% at least. So if you throw in a Jack Grealish on the left, that's like having Bruno Fernandes in the center and on the left. I'm not saying Jack Grealish is as good as Bruno Fernandes, but he's certainly very close.
He can play right behind the striker as well.
Yeah. So he can play the Bruno Fernandes role. He can play on the wing. He can play in a team with Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
So imagine a team with like Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, and Jack Grealish. Who do you mark when you play against like United? If you mark Bruno Fernandes out of the game, Pogba and Grealish are going to come and
get Pogba playing like the deep lying midfielder who can like spray the balls.
So I think that alone is my reasons for wanting a Jack Grealish at the club, because I feel like Marcus Rashford and Martial are more finishers. Yep. They want to be the goal scorers of the club, and I feel like we need one more creator behind the club besides Bruno Fernandes. So I think Jack Grealish is the perfect option.
But if you were to bring in Grealish, right, where would that leave Van de Beek?
Back in Amsterdam, man. I'm sorry to say that. I mean, the thing is, I love Van de Beek. I've seen him play a couple of times now. I absolutely love the way he plays. But Ole doesn't seem to fancy him. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why. But I don't think Van de Beek is a Jack Grealish player anyway. No. I think Van de Beek's a bit. I know he can play up there. He makes those intelligence runs into the box and from midfield and all that. And
he's a very good squad player.
No, I still believe Van de Beek is a first teamer. Van de Beek
for most of the teams.
For most top teams in Europe, right? Van de Beek starts. And that should be the case for United as well. Because Van de Beek, if you put a head-to-head between Van de Beek, Fred, Van de Beek, Scott McTominay, Van de Beek, Matic, Van de Beek transfers all of them. Of course, Matic has the physical advantage.
But he's
has all these other advantages, like physically and like McTominay as well. But like Van de Beek is just like a classy player. He's like, if you've seen him play, he like glides. He's like a Juan Mata with a bit more physical strength. He glides around the pitch. His touches are amazing. He like doesn't lose the ball.
The one thing I love about Van de Beek is he's very smart on the ball. Like,
exactly.
You have like those select few of intelligent players. You don't need like to have like perfect quality of like your true balls and stuff like that. But if you're really smart on the ball, you can make things stick.
Exactly.
It's the Ajax football, man.
Ajax total football, right? Yeah, exactly. So I don't think signing Jack Grealish will spell the end for Van de Beek, but I think Ole needs to find a way to integrate him.
So currently on transfer market is listed as 50 million euros for
which is not
Grealish, which is not. Yeah,
which is just not the case.
January transfer window prices are going to be jacked up. Can you see something
English
like?
is 50
No, I actually saw like yesterday, last night in fact, there was a news article saying 100 million rated Jack Grealish. So his price has shot up. And I'm not surprised because this season he's been tearing it up.
I think it's because of the COVID situation, so maybe the financial thing, there's a premium on players like
so
extra.
That what you just said, plus the English Premier League premium, plus the Man United premium.
United tax.
The United tax, the Ed Woodward asshole. I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, all these factors, it will easily bump it up to 100 million. Easily 100 million, which is why I'm saying it's a bit unrealistic to expect it maybe this January. But still, if United can do it, they can do it, but it's whether they will do it. It's a different issue lah. So if I were to jump straight to
when you say that, right? I was thinking like if there was like a transfer merry-go-round, which could happen, but you won't pay as much. We see Jesse Lingard going to Spurs, because Lingard is Mourinho's favorite player.
Okay.
Under his tutelage.
Still his favourite player.
Lingard thrives under Mourinho.
Oh.
Like when he plays under Mourinho, he knows let's just say Mourinho knows how to bring out the best in Lingard. Then we can see maybe Dele Alli going to Aston Villa. Maybe Grealish completes the circle by going to United.
Dele Alli to Aston Villa, Spurs to Aston Villa. Can Aston Villa afford Dele Alli?
At this point, I think Spurs want to sell Dele Alli.
But I don't think Aston Villa can afford him.
Don't have to afford him. Maybe loan to buy.
But I still think Dele Alli he's looking up. He's looking up. So he's probably going to go to a European club like Real Madrid.
But look at Ross Barkley. He went to Villa and he's performing.
I think Ross Barkley and Dele Alli are in
different
terms
levels,
of transfer valuations in the market and everything. I think they're totally different players. Barkley was on the way down. Dele Alli is still, can say, on the way up, even though his form is
How old is he? 24?
No. I think
Still a young
Ali has
player.
about 25, 26.
still a young player. So I think Dele Alli to.
But Villa is like a promising side at the moment. Like, wouldn't you want to go to a team and be like the core group of players that help them achieve something more?
I think that's what Grealish is staying there for lah. Probably he will. I don't think he will move in the January market. I think he will probably move end of the season because he probably wants to get his boyhood club to where they are. Maybe high up the table, 6 or 7 is good enough for them. Europa League. Then maybe if
they qualify for Europe,
if United comes, he might actually
leave,
If they qualify for Europe, he might not even leave next season.
Oh, yeah.
Like he might give it a go with them one season in Europe, and then following season
it might be too late.
But it might be too late by then lah. So he needs to, if he wants to move, he needs to make it in the next year. I mean, in 2021.
Second signing.
Anyway, second signing. I won't harp too much on it. Squad player definitely improve us. Bissouma from Brighton. Why did I just say in a British accent? Brighton.
It's just that kind
Brighton.
of
Defensive mid.
Defensive mid. Upgrade on Matic. Much more mobile.
Definitely. Cheap.
I think we've seen
euros.
Matic in his last couple of games. Very, every time when Matic gets the ball, I hum this tune.
Terminator.
Yeah, the way he moves is like
So he moves in like deep. You know what? I do appreciate Matic and what he's done for us in the last few seasons because he does have his good games. He does
One or two
have.
good games.
He does play well.
Automatic.
Yeah, see, he can go. That's the thing. He can go two ways. He either plays very well or he plays rubbish.
Yeah.
So I think he's past it, age-wise and physically. He's just not what he was last time. So I think Bissouma will be a perfect replacement to that. Because, like I said, the big upgrade is the mobility,
Definitely.
the aggression, and Bissouma has a cracker of a. Is it a right foot, right? Cracker. We've seen him score a couple of screamers already in the last couple of seasons. So squad player definitely. Not saying he's going to start every game. Only thing that would put me off from this signing is that we already have McTominay, we already have Fred. So I don't know whether another
If you get, to be honest, if you get this guy, right, you are actually getting 2 in 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because Liverpool is also targeting him at the moment.
And if we do get him, I hope to see like the end of Matic. Like I really wish
No,
someone
you will definitely.
It will be the end of Matic.
Bissouma is the player where he
Bissouma comes.
breaks the play up and also creates the play also at the same time. So y'all are getting 2 in 1 and frees up the other 2 midfielders for y'all.
And the price we're going to get him for also, it's
20
quality.
million easily.
Less than that. On transfer market, it's listed as
Yeah, but I
30
mean,
million
if
euros.
Menu is coming in, then
Man Utd
surely
also.
the
Let's
price.
hope Brighton
Man
gets relegated and stuff like that, then it's even cheaper.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so Bissouma will be my squad player to come in.
Okay, moving on
quickly,
to Liverpool's perspective. Who is your statement signing?
I think we'll go for Sami Ajayi. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Can I just trouble you to say his full name?
We're going to take up at least 5 minutes for this.
Give me 5 minutes just to say his name.
Okay, so being realistic, think we really need a centre back now. So statement signing, I'm actually going for Kabak. Won't really say it's a statement signing, but it's something that we need at the moment. And I think across Europe, doing quite well at Schalke.
Isn't Schalke very poor now, though.
I thought they haven't won a game.
Like
his performance from the time that he started has been okay, relatively decent, But obviously, as a team, they are not doing well. Performance-wise is what we will look at.
20 years old, could come in and cover for Van Dijk.
Yeah, but honestly speaking, to override what I just said, instead of him, a real statement signing will be going for Upamecano. Honestly speaking, and Liverpool can do it. They have the funds. We have Michael Edwards.
It's
he does
Leipzig
wonders.
allows signing to
definitely lah. But Klopp's pool, Liverpool champions. This is
possible
what else do we need to give him the pool over to us? He's a very promising defender, starting for France national team already here and there. We need a centre back. I can see him partnering Van Dijk actually in the long run. So Gomez is injury prone. So to put less pressure on him, he will be the biggest statement signing in the January transfer window. I think quickly if I go to my
second signing, like your squad player.
Second signing.
Your team.
I think this could be your squad player, right?
Kabak, is it?
Kabak.
Yeah. You can put him as actually the
it could be, but
squad signing.
You did mention someone, Memphis.
Yes, correct. So, lucky you recorded it. Yeah, so Memphis
Depay.
Depay.
Statement signing.
Yeah. Statement plus actually more towards a squad related signing because 5 million, I think his value is now 5 million because he's running out of his contract. Is it something like that? So if we get Depay, also Van Dijk, it can be an influence to make this happen. Wijnaldum, and I see him as a Wijnaldum replacement if he comes in actually.
How?
One thing is Depay is what now 27, around there. He's reaching his peak already, nearing to
27 in next month.
I can see a positional change for him, and I think Klopp can do that for him. Jota, Jota came in as a winger, but Klopp used him as a attacking mid and more like a centre mid in one of the game, and he did very well. So Depay can just come in, slot in that number 8, number 10 role kind of thing.
Depay can cover any of your front three positions as well.
Yeah. But mainly, if you want to play all these like good players in one game kind of thing, obviously he's not going to start all the games. But if he's going to start, then Depay should most likely be Firmino's replacement. Or
Salah, if Salah were to leave. Recently all that contract talks and all that has been happening recently.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think he will leave. I think we can still drain Salah out a bit more.
Okay, so if, for example, if a Liverpool fan was standing right there where the camera is right now, and asking you if Memphis Depay would be a statement signing, if a Liverpool fan was right there, what would you tell the Liverpool fan? He's arguing with you that Memphis Depay is he didn't do in the Premier League.
Yeah, but Liverpool fans will say that. But what I feel personally is he has this warrior mentality that he doesn't give up. So Klopp likes this kind of player. He actually wanted to go for him actually at some stage, but I think something was off with the contract situation or the evaluation or something like that. I think his price suddenly
Was it because Van Gaal was a United?
No, because Leon owner is a selfish bastard.
Leon owner.
Exactly. Awa, right? He made it so hard the deal for the deal to happen. So I think
French Daniel Levy.
you see, fantastic on the set piece. We need someone. After Coutinho, I miss seeing us taking free kicks. Arnold here and there is just
right.
Either he gives a good one or he just disappears. So that's what Depay brings to Liverpool. So but mainly we need a centre back. Definitely we need a centre back. If we want to push for second title in a row, then we definitely and to obviously fend off Manchester clubs, both Manchester clubs. I won't write off Man City as well. Man United, Man City, both of them. But so we need a centre back and a statement one definitely a statement one.
I saw it before.
Right, so shall we proceed to my two players?
Yes.
Let's kick off with Freedom Endem from Dortmund.
Freedom Endem.
Like we all know, I think we're talking about Jadon Sancho, who doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there, come on. And
he doesn't,
he really doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, maybe he wants to come to Liverpool, you never know.
I think if it could happen like Fernandes, Fernandes didn't want to be at Lisbon towards the back end of November, December, and that's why Lisbon chose to bin him off.
But this is like
This is United's side.
this is
the United is the
100
problem
million,
here.
120
I
million
don't think
pound
we can.
signing
I don't think it'll be 120 million pound signing.
anymore.
It
Maybe
won't be
100.
anymore. His valuation dropped a lot
Yeah, because of
because
his
performances.
Yeah.
One thing, doesn't want to be at the club. Dortmund is not performing because you have one unhappy player there. It's going to bring the squad morale down. At this point, I wouldn't say you take anything to to sell him. You still take it at a decent price, but maybe you could see something close to 70 to 80 million to bring Sancho in.
I think it'll be 100 plus.
I still think he'll hit 100.
If you were to be 100 plus, right, Dortmund are just shooting themselves on the foot again. They are going to sabotage the whole season because you're having a quality player who's like one of their best players in the team, who is unhappy and is going to bring the squad morale down. Like you see,
Sounds like Pogba.
yeah, that's the thing. When
Sounds like
Pogba
Pogba.
was at United, I think Mourinho's
Pogba
last
was
season.
at United.
At United, Mourinho's last season, he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
We were performing like shit. Until Solskjaer came
He
in.
Mourinho called him a virus in the dressing room.
Yeah. And then when Solskjaer came in,
Isn't
Solskjaer was-
Mourinho the one who signed him?
Yeah. And he was hugging him like he was his favorite son after we won the Europa League.
Yeah.
You know, and then the season after, everything went to shit.
Okay, a bit of stat for you guys. No goals in the league this season for Sancho, only 4 assists.
And it's like half a season.
And you call him a $120 million player.
Yeah, his value has dropped.
Yeah.
Definitely dropped. But I think a lot of other factors other than form come into the picture in terms of English player once again, the United Premium once again. He's a young player and he has bags of potential.
Definitely. The
And
thing
he's
is,
starting for England.
yeah, with all that I just said, and currently where United are in the league table,
Yeah.
a lot of people say still going to write us off as like not challengers, but we are there. We are challenging for the title. Go and make this signing, nearly cursed there again, but push us up higher in the table.
Definitely. Improve the right side.
Exactly,
a lot.
improve the right side massively, and then you don't have to put Dan James or Greenwood on the right. Hoping the best from them because Mason can now play up front again. My squad player, not your statement signing, will be Max Aarons from Norwich.
Recent rumors suggest that Max Aarons is on his way to Manchester United as we speak. No, just kidding.
Actually, that's quite true. Apparently, we're talking to Norwich. The player wants to move to United. Will be a good understudy to Wan-Bissaka. Could be better than Wan-Bissaka in terms of attacking football.
I feel like Wan-Bissaka could be understudy to him in terms of the attacking.
Max Aarons very good at attacking football.
Attacking,
Attacking,
yeah.
but defensive.
No, they could learn from each other.
They could learn from each other. Yeah. His valuation is what? Only 20 million euros.
Surprising.
From a championship club. I think if you want to,
I think we might get him for less.
we could get him for less. I mean, if you want to sign players from lower leagues, they would definitely want to make the jump. And especially if a club from the big six are calling you, like, come on, you really want to make that jump.
Yeah.
You would do anything to push that transfer through.
Like Dan James.
Dan James was one. People like Ollie Watkins, Matty Cash, no one was looking at Matty Cash. Villa went in, got him for what? Less than 15, less than 10?
15 million.
And he's one of the best right backs in the league at the
Yeah.
moment. So something similar could happen with Max Aarons.
Max Aarons looks like a more likely signing than Sancho, in my opinion.
Definitely.
The only reason
It's a
why I
more
see
likely
Sancho
signing.
will want to move United now is the Euros. So if
Definitely,
that in mind, because he wants to play for England, he might actually push for a move to United.
If I'm not wrong, he did hand in a transfer request towards the last few days of the last
Summer window.
summer window. It was a bit too late.
Yeah, too late.
I hope he does it today. Not today,
At
but
the start of the window.
be early.
Yeah.
So United can come in,
Get
give
him
them
for cheaper.
Yeah, not even get them for cheaper, but
Put the pressure on.
put the pressure on. Yeah,
Yeah, but I think outside the circle, I think Liverpool are also interested in him because
Sancho,
the news that Salah might be leaving. Not say might be leaving. Is in
his contract issue, right?
contract issue, interest from other clubs. He wants a change. I don't know why. It's just that talk that he gave in the interview that he, maybe after the season he might actually consider moving on. I think he also knows he's roughly he's the years that he's been there. He has achieved what he came there for, and I actually won't really be angry that if he leaves because He served
brought
us.
the Premier League.
He
title.
won everything. Champions League as well.
Champions League, Premier League.
He made
everything.
me love my club again and love how Liverpool actually plays. He brought something different after the last was Suarez, in my opinion.
No, but that's the thing. If we don't sign him, this month, when the next window comes
correct.
in,
If you all this month don't sign him,
a lot of clubs are going to be after him.
And Liverpool will be one of the top one, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Klopp has a pull on Dortmund as well, his former club.
Yeah,
So
that's why I want United to go all out for Sancho.
yeah, it's now or never for United to get Sancho.
Because there was a couple of news reports that came out recently in the last week that Sancho is definitely going in the summer. Definitely. But instead of Manchester
Dortmund has
United
to sell this window apparently because I think they're facing some sort of like debt issues as well.
they are having financial issues as well. But the point is that last summer it was only United going for him.
Yeah.
No one else was looking at Sancho.
Yeah.
Seriously, anyway. And now we're going to have like Liverpool,
They're going to
Chelsea.
have a bidding war.
There's going to be a bidding war.
Yeah, that's the problem with Awa as well. I feel like last summer there were not
No
many.
one was in for him.
Yeah, because of the money problem. But now,
So yeah, now that's why I say like you could bring in anyone, but the player I really want to bring in is Jadon Sancho. Freedom and them.
Hashtag freedom and Anyway, yeah. So I think that covers what each of us want for our respective clubs in terms of bringing in signings in the January transfer window. Let us know in the comments or on Twitter as well who you would rather see come to your club in the January transfer window. Not very easy, to sign players in the January transfer window anymore because of the COVID situation, the valuations and all that. But that's our opinion on who should come in for our individual clubs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and share it with your Premier League loving friends, football loving friends in general. And we'll see you in the next episode. Take care and peace.